Hey everyone, Steve here from Big Head Tech, and this is probably one of the more exciting purchases I've made in a while. And you're thinking, this is not even a main brand monitor, meaning Philips isn't huge in the monitor space. It's a 21-incher. This thing had to cost like $100. It actually cost $85. So why am I excited about it? Well, I don't have just one. I don't actually have just these two. There's another one over here. So I have 3 of these bad boys. And here's the idea. I want to finish a simulator. Simulators are not cheap. If you actually get just the seat and the mounting, that'll end $600. Plus monitors and controls, you're like well into the thousands plus the system you have. So here's my goal. I have a system, I'm not sure how much I spent on it, probably around $900. And now everything else is going to cost probably in the ballpark about $600. So the goal is for $1,500, we'll say $1,300 plus the controls. Can you actually build a powerful enough flight/racing sim? So that's the idea. But today we're going to see just how good this Philips E9 22 actually is. So I was going out to try to find the perfect monitor. Here's what I was looking for. 24 inches, display port, 75 hertz, 1080p, VESA mountable for less than $100. I found out that's not realistic. So then I said, okay, let's remove the display port requirement. I can buy adapters for like, I think $8 a piece. As long as we're going from the display port out to the monitor, HDMI, we're good. Okay. I found stuff like $110, still more than what I wanted to spend. And then I found this guy. So this was at the time that I bought it, and I think it's went up by $5 since, was $85. This is 1080p, 22, well, it's a 22 inch, so 21.5 inches. It is Freesync capable. It says, low blue mode. It's also very, very thin bezels, which wasn't a requirement, but I really like. Flicker 3, IPS, good viewing angles. I think it says 250 CD/M, so it might be, I don't know if that's nits or what, but I don't really know much about it yet. I'm going to have to hook it up and find out, but let's open her up first. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get this guy out here. So here you can see on the sides, there's absolutely no bezel. There's bottom bezel, but that really doesn't bother me too much. It does come with power cord. Of course, it's not a built-in one, which is what it is. Both VGA and HDMI. It does have, looks like audio pass-through, which is definitely nice. And this is 75 by 75 VESA, which is perfectly fine for my needs. So I guess I'll attempt to try out the base, even though we're going to be mounting it here in a minute. And of course, I don't happen to have a screwdriver on my desk at the moment. There we go. That way I can give you an idea of the wobbliness of it. It's going to be wobbly or not. I like the fact that it is a metal mount, so it's not super cheap plastic by any means, but it's not bad. It will definitely, really it's just the movement of here, but overall, pretty happy with that. And then for controls here, are they bottom mounted, side mounted? Where are our controls at? Oh, it has a knob right here where my thumb's at. So that's how controls are. So let me get the rest of them up, get them all hooked up, and hopefully I'm going to be keeping these. Actually, before we go any further, I wanted to show you guys this. Now I'd already actually taken this off, and I just put the screws back in very loosely right now. But long story short, to take this piece off to mount it, which is the purpose of buying this, you pop that out, and then there's 4 screws. Just like that. And then here's the last one. Okay, and then that comes right out. And just so you don't lose it, I'd pop the panel back on just like that. So my microphone clip broke, so I have to hold it for now. But here's my kind of review, and I know I have light shining, so that middle one looks really bright. I'm happy with these monitors. Are they perfect? No. The mounting is 75 by 75. I have a bracket that supports both, and it actually interferes with the HDMI, so I had to use the curved mounting brackets to try to give some slack. So that was a downside. I really can't blame Philips for that. So these are Philips branded monitors for that, because they're designed for a 75 by 75 bracket. So they've been fine. I've been playing simulators the last 24 hours since I've had it up. The brightness is honestly perfectly fine. It's not going to be the highest quality IPS panel by any means, but they're out of stock right now. But I spent, I think it was like $85 a piece on them. I can't complain. And I was a little bit worried about 22 inches being a little bit smaller, 21.5, but for how close I'm going to be, they're perfectly fine. For a full-fledged racing sim, of course, you may want to go a little bit bigger, but if you're trying to do on a budget, which I'm going to show you the whole system, and I believe it came out to under $1,500 for everything, monitors, gaming PC, everything. So stay tuned. I have one more piece coming in. We'll talk about my full racing simulator budget style. So if you like the video, hit the like button. If you dislike, hit the dislike button. Leave a comment, get subscribed. If you want to buy this, follow the link in the description below. It'll most likely be out of stock, but if it's in stock for a good price, pick it up with that link. It helps me out. I do get a small kickback, but if you buy anything while you're searching during that session, it does help me out a lot. As always, this is Steve from Big Head Tech, and I'll see y'all later on down the road.